Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I am Nicole and I'm so glad that you're here. I am using a dried out glue stick because I don't want to waste it to glue some of these papers. It actually was one big giant like masterboard that I ripped up into smaller pieces. And now I am gluing it down onto some black cardstock. And I started doing this a few days ago. I did this one already, and then something happened, and I got called away from my desk, and I left my glue stick sitting like that. And my glue stick was all, it's like, I mean, it's not completely dried out, but it's definitely not as smooth um, as I wish it were. So I feel like I'm doing this the hard way, and I probably should just retire this glue stick or save it for another project or something and use a new one because I do have a whole box of like new ones. I don't know why I'm torturing myself. I think this is payback for me being silly enough to leave the lid off of it, right? Like, this is my karma. This is my punishment for, I don't want to waste it. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am gluing. So I took this whole big masterboard and I tore it into all these little pieces. And now I want to glue these pieces down onto this black cardstock. Um, because I'm going to try and make like a flip journal out of these. And the pieces are pretty messy. Obviously, it's not anything I would ever be able to write on. So I thought it might be kind of fun to mount them on black cardstock. And then, do I want to tear this? Maybe. Maybe I do. I was going to cut it, but let's see what happens if I tear it. Will I hate it? Will I love it? I don't know. We don't know until we give it a try. And then we say, well, I did like that. Or maybe not. I don't mind the torn edge. So we have like some torn edge here. This is a really neat tear. I don't know why or how it did that, but I love it. Love the detail. And then some pieces are not a torn edge. And this actually has like a dotted line on it. I don't think I like that. So I'm going to tear that off too. Maybe. It's a pretty narrow tear. It worked. All right, so I have 3 torn edges. But here's what happens. When I look at this against like a white background, it just, I don't know, something about having the black background really just makes it pop for me. I love it. I just like it against the black. So this is what I'm doing. I am going to mount these onto black cardstock and I'm going to punch a hole in them and then I'm going to make it into a flip journal. And the underside will be plain black. So if I wanted to, I could actually do some writing and journaling in like a white. This is a Signo Uniball. I could do some like journaling or writing, or I could use a metallic marker or gold or any of the above. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't know. I know this is not like the most creative part of the project. Like, I'm not doing the painting part, which is like the fun part to kind of watch and do on camera. But I just got back from a hiking trip in Shenandoah. I took students, me and 2 other advisors at the college where I work took 16 students into the national park. We stayed at a camp and we did some hiking. We saw waterfalls and caves and sunrises, and it was spectacular. It was beautiful. And I just got back home about 5 hours ago, and I'm actually kind of wiped out. Like, it was just, I think the driving there and driving back was more exhausting than like the hiking and the camp, all of the rest of it. Um, so I feel kind of tired, and I probably could just go upstairs and nap, but I also am happy to be back home and in my studio. So I wanted to just sit down and do something that's sort of mildly creative without necessarily being um, like, I don't want to necessarily be responsible for creating like a whole art journal spread. I don't know that I could tackle the 100-day project right this second. I don't think I have the creative energy to do it. So I'm doing this instead. And I'm just chatting. I figured I would just chat on camera for a little while and use up this janky glue stick. And maybe at the end of it, I'll end up with kind of a cool journal. Because the truth is that sometimes art is the boring parts too, you know? Like, this is kind of one of the boring parts. Like, the fun part was putting all the paint down, but then you have to actually put it all together and make it into something. And that sometimes can feel tedious, or I don't know, right? Like, as not as much of a draw as the rest of the process. I'm so sorry. I really am feeling better. I did have a pretty bad cold for a few days, for, well, almost 2 weeks. I'm feeling better. I'm not 100% yet, but better. I was a little bit worried about the hiking and the all of the outdoorsing that I was going to be doing, but I think it worked out okay. I felt better yesterday after the hike than I have felt in days. I actually feel worse today than I felt yesterday. Maybe because of the hike. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. And I'm not being too precise about making sure that this is like square, or making sure that the edges are the same width. Like, some of them maybe are a little bit thicker than others. I like that some of them have like the white torn edge, some of them have like a really torn up edge, and some parts of them are completely flat. I like the unpredictability of it. I'm not going to glue down every single uh, piece of the masterboard onto black paper. I had an idea of doing some of them on music sheets. I know that will make it harder to write on. It's not going to give me like a blank back page that I'll be able to write on, but I just want to see what it looks like. So we're going to try it. That's all we can do. Just give it a shot and see what we like. Oh, goodness. I will be very glad when I get rid of this cold or whatever it is that I've got going on here. I am very tired of like being congested and coughing and whatnot. I had an absolutely wonderful time in Shenandoah. It is honestly, I was gonna say it's like my favorite national park, but it's really honestly one of the only national parks that I've ever been to. Maybe Harper's Ferry counts as a national park. I think it does, yes. But Shenandoah is definitely the one that I have spent more time in, and I love it there. It's beautiful. I love to hike. Um, we did Dark Hollow Falls, which was a new hike for me, and Stony Man, which I have done several times in the past. And both of them were absolute showstoppers. Like, the payoff at the end of the hike was stunning. The waterfall was awesome, and the view from the top of Stony Man is always gorgeous. So they were phenomenal. I also really appreciate how much bonding kind of went on between the students on the trip. It's such an awesome opportunity to get them out of their comfort zones, and um, they really learn a lot about themselves and about each other and make new friends and gain some confidence. Some of them had never hiked before, and so these hikes are, I mean, they're certainly not like the hardest hikes in the world, but if you've never hiked before, then anything is an accomplishment, and these are certainly a credit. I would say they're not easy hikes. So a lot of these students really came out of this experience feeling very proud of themselves. And I'm so glad that they were able to sort of push themselves beyond what they're comfortable with or familiar with. I think it's important that we do that we push ourselves, because otherwise we never really know what we're capable of. If we never give ourselves a chance to like try, you have to risk failure. You have to give it a shot and not know how it's going to turn out, or what you can do. You have to just have a little bit of faith in yourself. So, yeah, I'm so glad that I get to be a part of that for these students. And I get to help them sort of explore that and discover, uh, the extent of their capabilities. I think that's a really, really important thing that students should get out of college. They aren't probably getting it as well, they maybe are, but they're certainly not getting it as obviously inside the classroom. So, yeah, just all around the best part of my job. I don't know what I'm going to do with these offcuts of black, but I might use them in a different project. I kind of tore that one by hand because I wanted to like change I should have just adjusted it, but it worked. It was fine. All right, here I'm getting. I only have one more to go. I kind of like what I've got here. I don't know if this is a finished project yet. I might need to keep working on it a little bit. Oh, I kind of didn't want to. Excuse me. I didn't want to lay the paper down on the black cardstock, because if you get glue on it accidentally, it is really visible. And so I didn't want that. How are we liking this so far? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments if you think this is something that is going to work out the way I hope it does, or if you've ever done anything like this. Why I feel like I'm not. Okay. Oh, I like that. Really like a thick border there. Oh, we need this. I just don't like this little cut edge at the top. Don't like that. All right, here's what I have. Let me move the scraps, and let me put the lid on my glue this time so I can hopefully save it. Move this out of the way. Here's what I have. And these are, oh wait, I have one I didn't do yet. Will it fit? It won't, but let's be thrifty and make it work. I think sometimes creativity is just another word for thrifty. What do you guys think? Do you agree? I think sometimes creativity comes from just trying to like save something and not not waste something. We want to try and put it to use, and so we find creative ways to make something work. All right. tearing that. And now I think I might stagger this a little bit. Do I want to do it like this? Ooh, yes, I definitely want to do that. Okay. Okay. Side this side. All right. I love it. Okay. So it is a little bit off center, right? We've got like this weird little off cut, but I think it's perfect. I love it. I love it. All of the other ones are just nice, like pretty square-ish pieces, but that one's a little different. Now what I need to do is decide kind of in what order and which way up I want it to go. What do I think? Do we like this? I think I like this. That. No. Why is that wet? Oh. All right. I guess I'm liking them in the way that they sort of already are. Could do. Oh, I like that. I like it right. I love these pieces of tape that were on here. This is like washi tape, but it's like sparkly metallic, and it is so eye-catching. I just absolutely love it. I have some of these little pieces. I should like sprinkle some little pieces in between some of the bigger pieces, shouldn't I? This one, this way, and then up and down, and then here, and then the blue. Look at that. I love that. Okay, and then the long one. And then, do I want this? I want this. I kind of like it like this. These look like almost like a skyline, only the buildings are a little bit wonky. And then this one go on top. Oh, I like this one for the top. That's two. Maybe. Maybe I like that one there. And then I like this, how pink this is. Like it's really, really like vibrant and pink compared to this one. And this one. See. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Like this, and then like this. And then yes. Okay, this is it. This is how I'm doing it. And I'm gonna center them. I'm gonna hole punch. I'm not centering very carefully. Nothing I do is precise. Why should that surprise you? I'm just going to eyeball it and put a hole punch sort of somewhere near the top center. That's the best we get for centering. And maybe they're a little wonky, and that's okay. Now the question is, do I put these on a ring or do I tie them with a ribbon? Or do I do a ring and then also thread a ribbon through it? Oh, I kept getting stuck. I guess I'll have to try both things and we'll see what we like. I've actually never made a journal like this before. I was inspired by BB Henry as part of the BB Bash. Actually, I think it might have been BB Bash beyond. Um, she took the scraps that she made and turned them into like a flip journal like this that like flips at the top and like flips up. I don't have many journals like that. I just really don't. All right, hold on one second. Let me find a clip. Okay, I am back, and here's what I have. I have one big silver ring. I have two small rings, one um in I don't know what color is this. Somebody tell me what this is. It's like an antiqued gold, maybe. One in the black, and then I have this one, which is like maybe like a curtain hook kind of thing. I kind of like this. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Don't you wish you could like yell into the TV or the phone? I guess you're probably nobody's watching this on a big TV. Um, but like I was thinking of like The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or something where people like yell at Jeopardy. That's the other one where people like yell their answers at the screen. Um, don't you kind of wish you could do that and be like, no, I like the other one better? Okay, what do we think about this? Do we like this? I thought I would like it, but I kind of don't, actually. It's like too big and like unwieldy. Unwieldy? What's the right word there? I should know, and I don't. That's funny. And how do I get up like that? Okay, so let's try the smaller one then. If I didn't like how big this one is, I probably won't like how big this one is either. So I'm going to try the smaller one, and I'm going to go with just a basic black clip. These are certainly much easier to like thread on here. So I'm just going to do a few so I can get a sense of whether I like it. Okay, but now I kind of don't though, because now it's like too understated or something. What's the right answer, folks? Am I gonna like this one better? I mean, no. No, the answer is no. I don't like that better. All right, let's go with the one I said I didn't think I was gonna like. If I can get it open. Okay. Yeah, I don't like it either. Okay, so I think the one I liked the best out of these four options was this one. I didn't like it a whole lot, but of those four options, I think it was the best one. So I'm going to go with this for now, just so that I can put these all together. And then maybe what I'll do is I will drag out all of my like string and ribbon and whatnot, and maybe some fabric or something, and maybe I can jazz it up and maybe I'll like it better. We're gonna try it anyway. All right. I don't know. What do I not like about this? Help me out here. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit so you have a little more room. So I mean I do like this. I do. And I like that it's like mounted on black paper and there's kind of a cleanliness. Like it's very like chic and basic. And then it really allows like the color to sort of like jump off of the painted pages at you. So I do like that. This I don't like, right? The fact that it's such a small ring means that it doesn't. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to solve this problem right now. But I do have some string. Maybe I can cut some different like kinds of string and tie them. What do I got? I have that one. I have some black and white. that I can't find the end of. This is like my endless story, not being able to find the end of the string here, huh? I had the same problem the other day with the thread. Okay, I don't want that orange in here. I don't really want to bring that color in. There is some solid black eyelash thread. Let's pull some of this in too. What say you? What say you? Boop. Oh, there's some of this black that's already cut. All right. So I'm liking this, but there's a lot of black and white. I need some color. Here is, oh, don't fall. Okay, might have to lift the camera up even more. This is a giant box that I covered with some fabric. It's actually the same fabric that I used. I'm gonna do some weird stuff with the camera here for a second, but can you see up there? Those are my like window boxes. They are really just like foam board covered with the same fabric. Um, and I use the leftover fabric to cover some shoe boxes that now go on my craft shirts. So that's what this is. And this is all string and fabric. So I'm going to just sort through this and pull out anything that is sort of vaguely in my color family. Maybe some of this blue? No, it's too dark. I definitely want some like bigger, like something that's going to really make like a pop of color, something that's really going to make an impression. This is pretty. This is like gold. I don't have a lot of gold, but we'll pull it in and see if we like it. That's too red and too brown. And that's really heavy duty black. I don't know that I'm going to like it. I probably should organize this at one. This stuff, the sequin. I can't believe that this is all that's left of it. I have used it in various projects over the years. It would work perfectly on this project. Like these colors would be perfect. There's only this little tiny little bit left. Maybe I'll leave it out and use it anyway, just because. Why hoard it, right? Why not just use it up? I've got some blue sparkly tulle. This is all very blue. This is purple. This is like plastic potato sack material that I cut up into strips because I really liked it. Because you can use everything for art somehow. I love this, but it's kind of the wrong color too. It's too like teal blue and not like blue enough. Too orange, too red. All kinds of neutral colors. Too purple. That would work. Maybe. Lots of blue. More like cheesecloth. More eyelash thread. That out. Are you having fun watching me sort through this random box of bits? Probably not, huh? Are you fast forwarding through this part? I probably would oh, did I find more of this? Oh no, this is the glue. See, this is the same like sequiny stuff, but it's all blue. The blue just doesn't match. It's just not the right glue. Otherwise, I would totally use some of this. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything else. I'm kind of trying to dig down under here, but I don't have a whole lot of stuff in pink. Because, believe it or not, up until not very long ago, I really didn't love the color pink. Now I use it all the time in everything. But really, I didn't like it very much for a very, very long time. Okay, I found what I found. Let's see what I ended up with. This is the stuff that I pulled out. I have some sari silk here, but none of these colors are really right, except maybe some of the white. I can use a little bit of white just for some contrast. Don't. I don't think this is quite right either. The pink is pretty, but the blue is not the right blue either. So that's out. I am going to use this. I do like the gold. Do I like the black and gold? Maybe better than the white and gold. I've got some of this. That's like really long. Do I want less of it? I will tell you, this is not something that I have done before. I don't usually do a big, I know a lot of people who make junk journals do tend to do like a big, like fluffy, I don't know, tail. That's probably not the right word. Somebody who makes journals, tell me what that's called. There's a word for it. I'm absolutely sure. I'm 100% sure there's a word for it. I don't know what it is, or I can't think of it right now. I'm going to use, I'm kind of just layering all of these together. Hmm. And then I'm going to tie them in a bow around the ring. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know if that's how anyone else would do it or not, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take this and I'm going to tie it. Do I want this in there? Or maybe I'll tie this separately. Okay. I really like the style of this, like when I see it, but it's just not ever something that it's just not, yeah, something that I just do. It's just not something I like reach for or think of or, um, I don't know why. I like the way it looks. It's a little awkward. Like it doesn't lay really like, I don't know. Some of this is like stiff and it doesn't like lay nicely. Maybe I need different kinds of ribbon or a different kind of binding. I don't know. I'm gonna tie this on here too. Got two pieces of tulle, so it's kind of layered. So I'm hoping that when I tie it, it will. I don't know. Do we like it? What do you guys think? Let me get down here. What do we think? Do we like this? I'm kind of on the fence. I like it in theory, but I'm not sure that I like how it has actually turned out. I don't know if I like all of these particular fibers that I have chosen together. I think I don't like this gold and black because it's like a stiff, um, like I can't get it to lay nicely. And so it feels like I'm just curious as to how like stiff it is. See, it won't like hold a curl. I don't know. I don't think I like this one very much. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause you so you don't have to watch me struggle with it. Okay, I took out this piece that was kind of bothering me and I added in a thicker black piece just to add a little. I really, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of test out whether I liked it with a more, like a sort of a more like cleaner, simplistic sort of look. And I don't. um, so I'm back to this. but it's not perfect. And I don't know exactly what I need to do to it. But for now, I think I'm satisfied with it like this. Um, I might take this piece off since I'm not actually I didn't really like it like that. So it just doesn't, I don't know. There's something about this that I don't love. Maybe I need to change the ring. Maybe the ring is what's getting in the way. Because I kind of like it when it's sort of like static and it's just staying here. But then whenever I try to like move it or do anything with it, I don't like the way it functions. So maybe that's it. Maybe the ring is really the bigger problem. But here's what I've got, right? I have like this gorgeous journal that just flips, and each page is just a slightly different shape, slightly different motif. Um, that's what I've got. I like it. I really do. I don't know what I want to do with it next. I feel like there's more I want to do, but I don't know what. I did try this. I did kind of pull this out and lay it along one of the edges. I was thinking maybe I wanted to add it somewhere, but actually I don't really like the gold. Like the yellow tone that's in here is really, um, it's not at all in the color family of any of the rest of this. So I'm going to leave that out. I have this sequin like fabric. It's not sticky, but and I think this would work much better, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I thought about maybe, just as an example, I thought it would be kind of cute to have like little tabs on each page to use to like turn the page. You know, let's see. Find a stapler. There should be one. Sorry for reaching across the camera there. If I can staple this on. Um, a little like tab to like grab to like pull the page up. Oh, I do like that. You know what I think as I'm looking at this? I really like this front image so much that when I have this like down like this, it just obscures this front image. And I don't know, maybe it just needs to be shorter and not quite so whatever that is, whatever that hand signal is. I need less of that, perhaps. Because I really do like this front image. I don't know. I don't have the brain power right now to figure it out. If you have a suggestion for me, put it in the comments. I promise I will read the comments and respond, and I will think about any suggestion that you offer. I can't promise that I will actually do it, because I can't even promise that I will do stuff that I want to do, let alone stuff that somebody else wants me to do. But I promise I will at least think about it, and we'll talk about it maybe in a future video. But for now, folks, here's what I ended up with today. And I do think this is a good it's kind of a good example of not really knowing exactly where you want to go. You have a few things in mind, and then you just wing it for the rest and see how it turns out. And sometimes it turns out beautifully. And I appreciate that you came along with me on this journey. So thanks so much for being here. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Have a good night, folks.